Anyone who has been to Hong Kong should be familiar with the image of crowds of Filipinos and Indonesians filling the streets every Sunday. But if the controversial Abode law is finally extended to all domestic workers, this could all change. These workers have become a fundamental part of most families in Hong Kong, enabling both parents to work, whilst the children and elderly are cared for at home. But they are currently the only group who do not have the right of abode, while other nationalities are granted it after 7 years in Hong Kong. Aaron Seradoy from the Asia-Pacific Mission for Migrant Workers tells us why foreign domestic workers should be allowed to apply for permanent residency.
They are workers. They are also people. You don't manipulate their rights for the benefit of others. The Hong Kong government treats foreign domestic workers as social benefits for the local people. That's why they would always say that they have to balance the interest of the local population with the domestic workers.
The Hong Kong Immigration Office has reported a surge in the number of permanent residency applications in the past month, from 1 per month to 20. But human rights lawyer Mark Daly, who represented Evangeline Vallejos in the controversial case last month, doubts the Immigration Department's figures. 16,000 signatures were collected last week in protest against the law, and thousands of protesters marched to the Hong Kong government site to show their outrage. How do Chinese residents think Hong Kong will change if the Abode law is passed?
I think it should give the rights of Chinese from China to come to Hong Kong first. They should have the priority.
We are a very tiny city that I think the population is already too huge. If that law passed, that means there will be more and more domestic helpers and their families coming out.
If the law is passed, it's kind of burden in some way in Hong Kong. I think everybody have to look into that very carefully.
But contrary to the fear that Hong Kong will be flooded with migrants, research recently carried out by the Mission for Migrants showed that just over half of Hong Kong's domestic workers are eligible for permanent residency.